Hello! Welcome back, everybody. This is the Mega Mad Cat here, once again, and we are continuing our little project from last time. As you may recall, last time we had just completed Battle Tendency. We're now moving on to what I feel is the best and my personal favorite of the series, Part 3, the Stardust Crusaders. I just love that name. It sounds so awesome. Stardust Crusaders. Especially considering the weirdness of some of the other names, but I mean, yeah, you get the idea. Alright, so, the Magician of Fire. And... Alright, and let's play this bad boy. Because I can do this without needing any freaking help.
1989年の日本、ジョセフ・ジョースターの孫にあたる空城城太郎。
Alright, anyway, so here's the deal. It's 1989, and Jotaro Kujo, who's the grandson of Joseph Joestar, who you may remember from the last video as being the primary hero of that series, Part 2, who's now an old man into his 50s, still in great shape, but he's now a jazz musician on a world tour. He's believing himself to be possessed by an evil spirit. He holds himself up in jail, and everybody tries to figure out what's happening. He also gets visited by Joseph along with his mother Holly, and they try to force him to get out of the prison, but, well... Now in the anime, to do that, they actually had to, they fought in a prison, but there's no level like that in this game, so we're going to be fighting on the streets of Cairo just for this purpose. And no, he sort of taunts everybody by stealing a gun, breaking off the little finger of his grandfather's prosthetic hand, and then his grandfather orders his friend to start a fight with him and force him out of it. And then I could use a support effect if I wanted, but I don't think it's necessary. Yes, you could be in some serious danger here. So how about you stop whining and get down to business, huh? Now, these guys are what are known as stand users, and they're different from the previous characters who used either vampiric power or the Haman energy power. With these characters, they actually have a physical spirit that they can summon to do their fighting form. In this case, the stand. Jotaro's is Star Platinum, and Muhammad Abadal is using Magician's Red. Now, I personally loved the animated series for this, and particularly I was a huge fan of the abridged series that came out by, I believe, God, now that I think about it, I cannot remember who did the abridged series. I think it's either Antfish or it's... I'll have to check that out sometime. But yeah, I love the abridged series. Look up JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Abridged. He's actually doing another series of it right now too, which is awesome. Now, I'm going to try and get the dramatic finish on this level because it's one of my favorites. Now, as you'll notice, I've been using the stand in two different ways. You can activate it and have it fight directly for you. Now, this does not protect you. What happens to the stand happens to the user. So, it's more about revealing the stand's full power, as your moves and abilities do change somewhat when you're using the stand directly. On the other hand, the stand has different moves and abilities when it's in you rather than when it's out of you. So it's a matter of, what works best for your particular purpose. I'm going to try and maneuver him down here a bit, get him into the right position. I much appreciate you moving into position, Abadol. Now if I can just get you. Yes, perfect. It's over. Star Platinum, and now he stops time. 114 hit combo. And dramatic finish into the water tower. That has got to sting. Bent a freaking steel water tower like it was nut. Don't blame me for what happens. They just smashed your freaking face in. Now in the actual comic and cartoon series, they never actually get to that level of a fight because they have a brief confrontation, yes, but it actually just ends the moment that Jotaro steps out of the cell because, you know, Mohabbat says, "Hey, your grandfather just told me to get you out of the cell. My job's done." And he's like, "Oh crap." I fell for that ruse. Alright, next episode. Now you'll no doubt notice that I'm actually really good with this particular character. And I did play him a lot when I played the import. Because he's one of the characters I'm familiar with. And he plays a lot in this game, like he did in the previous arcade game, which is really handy. He has a few new moves and some of his techniques are different, but... Pardon me. But other than that, I mean, he may as well be identical. And here it is. The evil spirits are manifestations of psychic power known as the Stands. And Joseph essentially explains that Dio, the guy who died in the first part, survived by stealing their grandfather's, well, Joseph's grandfather's body, but he's been laying at the bottom of the ocean for 100 years. Now, thanks to some unfortunate coincidence, he's awake, and he's also developed a stand as well. And now they have to go beat up. And now they gotta go take on Dio, but before they can do that, he deploys a rather mean-spirited assassin to take him on. You know, I honestly don't think I need it. I can beat Kekoin. Now he starts out as a bad guy, but he's actually just being mind controlled. In the comic book series, he's actually a really good guy and one of the nicer characters actually, as well as a very intelligent and tactical thinker. That's right, you're in the car's right. Oh, and hit by the car. Ha ha ha. Well, so far, this guy isn't putting up much of a fight, is he? Not that I expected him to, mind you, but... let's see what the secret missions are. Win with the blank skill. I think I'm supposed to win with the Aura skill, which... There we go. It never does enough damage for my liking. That move should do like 10 times the damage it does. Alright, so, sorry about that. Trying to check to see if there's any particular move I was failing to use. Now, it should be noted that when you have the stand active, it will turn itself off the moment you're injured. Well, if you're knocked down. I'm going to try and land the ultimate attack on him again, but I need to build up more power before I can do that. One of the things about these particular characters is that they do not gain the type of power boost that you would see if you were playing as like a, for example, if you were playing as Jonathan or Joseph, because they both have the stands, but they do not have them on power. So he's done, and you're about to fail. Now, in the actual comic book series and in the anime, that actually happens to Kakyoin. He really does get punched into a water tower. In fact, that's how he dies. But it's not Jotaro who does it, it's Dio. Dio actually is the one who murders him. And yes, I know, spoilers, but honestly, let's be fair here. If you're picking up this game, you're either curious about it to begin with, and you should have already played it to begin with, or you already know the series and are a huge fan, then I'm not spoiling Jack Squad. Next! Yes! Move on to the next beating. The Swordmaster. Jean-Pierre Poulinoff. His voice in the abridged series is actually one of my least favorites, but it's actually not that much better on the actual official series either, so yeah, alright. Now, one of the reasons Jotaro gets on this mission anyway is because his mother gets ill as a result of the stand powers, and now they're all going to go murder. Yeah, Jean-Pierre Eiffel. They've actually got him wrong. His name is Poulinoff. But I suppose you could actually translate it in a number of different ways, so I'll take what I can get. You know what? I bet they couldn't fit Poulinoff in the actual title screen. Now we're playing as Mohammed Abdul, which I actually like the fighting style he uses, but he is very difficult to use. Now I'm gonna try and land his basic special. Here we go. Who's the man? Yes, I am. And that's straight from the Japanese statement. He actually uses that in the Japanese game too, so it's actually no different. They even have it in the English subtitles in that game, so it is actually no different. So, what is his other secret mission? Win with the Yes I Am skill, I bet it is. It's either that or no, it's actually going to be, probably have to win with his ultimate technique, because that's what he used when he won in the original TV show. So you're going to have to build up some power to... Jean-Pierre, I like his fighting style. The Silver Cherry is actually one of the coolest stands in the series. Unfortunately, he's not as powerful as I would like in this game, mostly because some of his moves are very difficult to use. That being said, if you do know how to use him, I've seen him dominate even a very difficult Dio player. So you can see him win just about any battle. I'm still surprised that he chose to change his name, but I'm guessing the translation didn't work out well. So got him. No! Done and done. At least the water will put out the fire. Yeah, that's an inside joke in the series, because before he became a stand user, Abdul was actually a fortune teller. fact, that's how he had his run-in with Dio, as he was walking home from work, and Dio tried to convince him to come work for him, and he ran away. Alright, so got that. And we are ready for the next episode. Now, this one's moving along fairly quick. So, armchair warfare it is. I forget this one. So we... Oh yeah, this is the pursuit of Jay Guile. Avidal and Kakyoin had their own reasons, but PR was only working for Dio because he needed to find a particular man who had murdered his sister. That was the only reason he was working with Dio at all. So he has a completely different reason for doing what he's doing. Oh, that is a big ass chicken. Seriously, take a look at the stand. It is a big ass chicken. And Hall Horse is an interesting character because his ability is actually fairly weak, but he always works with a partner. He never works alone. Oh, and I walked right into that like a dummy, didn't I? Well, that's a clear sign that I messed that one up, didn't I? That's alright, I can win this regardless of that. Does that say hell to you? Yes, it did. It says hell to you. I'll be damned. Alright, so. I wonder if I'm missing the secret missions on this. Land which skill? Doesn't tell me which skill, of course, and I'm guessing here. I won, but I must have missed whatever the special mission was. Which honestly, you know, those are not as big a deal. You can go back and get them anytime you like. There we go. Your bullets alone are not enough. His bullets alone don't tend to be enough, but that's why he works with a partner. The Hanged Man. Now the Hanged Man refers to another stand user. They call him Centerfold in this one. In the actual show, he's called Jay Guile. Alright, so let's get on with this. I need to move. So, here we are using Jean-Pierre, and he more or less works as a straight up rush down. You just get in there and pound people to death with it. When deployed with his stand directly, though, he actually fights completely differently. And that's actually not a bad thing, because it actually gives him a good deal of variety for all of the character movements. Alright, trying to remember, he had a move where you can basically use his sword as a weapon for like long range. I'm betting that's one of his techniques. You know what? We're not here for that. Bust out the heavy. Let's see if we can keep up with my stand now. Now he is the most powerful. There it is. So we got all of it. Now I know that he's actually fairly good when you're using him with the stand deployed, but honestly I actually like him without it, because you can combo with his stand very well. Is that some of his moves leave him very open if you miss, so you have to be very careful about when you get caught by it. But if you know how to use him, he can be exceedingly skilled. And got him. There it is. There's the projectile one I talked about. It's a reverse Shoryuken move, but it worked. Okay. Not really doing me any good though, so I'm not gonna bother. I can beat him much easier with just straight on rushdown tactics. Alright, now I've got enough that I can do his finisher. Here we go. Can you keep up? No, you cannot. But he's still alive. That's actually pretty impressive. I will give him credit for that. But now he's dead. I must have underestimated how much damage he could take. A shame. I was hoping I'd have beaten him, but nothing doing. I can take him down. He is undeniably French. It's his nationality is France, so they are definitely playing off that joke here. Alright, so go ahead and see what we can do here. And next episode. I need to break this into 2 episodes. So we defeated the Hangman, killed Centerfold. Hell Horse takes off. Yeah, without a partner, Hell Horse is pretty much screwed.
200-300メートル向こうにあのクズ野郎の死体がある。見てくるか。こいつはかなわんぜ。俺一人じゃ完璧不利。ファイナルラウンドファイト。だ頑張ってスタンドなんだぜ。
He's not gonna have a prayer against me now. I got caught by that freaking car. Doggone it. Your gun won't protect you against me. Now, let's see if we can get this to work. Now, that's a cool move, is that sort of diving slash thing he does. And you can actually use it to dodge and counter techniques. It's a little bit difficult to pull off, but it can do some real damage. You will face the power of my stand. Alright, I think it's over. Yep, it's over. You were no match for me before, and now you're really screwed because it's time for an impalement beatdown. And water tower for you. Sucks to be him, but ouch. Nothing personal. I hereby sentence you to death. Although admittedly, in the actual cartoon, Hall Horse gets away. I love the abridged series take on it. I was like, how the hell did you get over there? Teleporters. Yeah. It works though, I mean. He actually shows up several times in the comics, but... Alright, moving on to the next round. We're going to pause here for just a bit because I need to keep these episodes a little separate, and I'll be right back with this section in just a moment.